What's going on YouTube? Marcus Crockett back with another video. Shout out to all the hustlers, the grinders, the go-getters, the people who are just starting their business, the people who are in business and looking to grow their business. I see you and I most definitely salute you. If you're brand new to the channel, it's your first time here, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. With that said, let's get into it. So I've gotten this question at least 3 times this month, and it has been, do I think that it's possible for someone with no experience or someone who's brand new to this industry to go ahead and get in and find accounts and just subcontract everything out, right? I don't think that it's possible. I know that it's possible. It's absolutely possible, but I don't advise it, and here's why. From the beginning, let's say you got your LLC, you got everything set up, you got your business set up, you're ready to go out and you're ready to attract business. I'm gonna give you a couple different reasons on why I don't think that it's a good idea to go about things that route with no experience. So you got everything set up, and you're starting to get some traction. Prospects want to see you. You come in and you're gonna start doing walkthroughs, right? So you go in, and one of the things that I say, like one of the 3 pillars when it comes time to do your walkthroughs is always going to be personable. So that means like you're building your rapport. Then you want to educate and then demonstrate if possible, right? So that's just a longer way to say that the customer is relying on you for your knowledge. They're looking at you. If I go to a dental office, they're the subject expert. Like the dentist is the subject expert on teeth. Right. So if I come in there from the position of a commercial cleaning owner or representative, they're looking at me as the subject matter expert, and they're expecting me to be able to come in and solve a problem the same way you would expect for a plumber or an electrician or whoever to come in to your environment and solve whatever problem that you're having. This is how they're looking at you, right? And that's completely fine if you have the knowledge to get the job done. But here's where it becomes a problem. They're relying on you for your knowledge, but now you're relying on a subcontractor for their knowledge. There's things that are going to happen inside of these accounts where the person who is the most knowledgeable can become the most valuable. It's not always about how well you clean. It's not always that. Let me give you an example. About 4 or 5 years ago, I'm coming in and I'm getting ready to do an inspection. I want to do a pre-inspection of the account before the workers actually get there and they start to do the work. This is well after closing hours. This is this was the day before Thanksgiving. This is the day before Thanksgiving. I pull up, and not the secretary, not the office manager, but the doctor. He's an orthopedic surgeon. He's outside, and I know it's him because I see, he drives a Tesla. I see in his car, and he's outside. His key is stuck in the door, right? And he's frustrated. He's one of those types of situations where, people don't really realize how many hours, these professionals, how many hours they work. They work a lot of hours. And a lot of the time they're really not there to see their kids that much. They're not there to be at home with their wives that much. And this was one of those things. We've had conversations before, where he's opened up and we've shared information just throughout the years, right? He's telling me, like, Marcus, my key is stuck in the door. I told my wife I was going to be home so that we could get ready to do whatever. I don't remember. It was something, a family thing that they were going to do. He was talking about, I'm always late, I'm always missing stuff. He's completely frustrated. He can't get his key out. The locksmiths are, it's the day before Thanksgiving. Everyone's completely busy. So I can't get this key out of here. I don't know what we're going to do. So I go ahead and I say, okay, let me see if I can get the key out. I walk over, and within seconds, I get the key out, pull it out. And he's like, how did you get the key out? So I showed him, right? And the only way I was able to show him is because this isn't the first time that this has happened uh, with me in other accounts. I mean, I have other accounts. Multiple locks are getting turned every night, right? So this isn't the first time this situation came up. Rather than trying to explain it, I'll just go ahead and link another video, which is the same exact situation. Well, it's a solution to the situation. I'll go ahead and link it, and maybe you'll be able to use that in the future. That comes from that time right there, that situation, that scenario. That comes from my knowledge in the industry and just having experience with dealing with different types of situations. So now this guy's able to get the key out. We're able to go in. I give the manager a heads up, like, hey, this is what's going on with this lock. This is how you fix it. You shouldn't have any problems getting in or getting out. But if you do, call me. I'll be nearby. We can go ahead and get it fixed. So the doctor is able to go home, be with his family. How much appreciation, how much, what was, do you think my level of appreciation, it just went up so much higher in the eyes of this doctor. The value went up. Not only, this was years ago. Not only do we still have that account, but we have two more. Since that time, they've grown, and they're going to go with us because we don't always necessarily get things 100% right in the accounts. We get things right the majority of the time. We get things right enough. We've built up trust. We've built up rapport. I've showed and demonstrated value. So it's an easy transition for him to be like, okay, we're going to open up this new office. We're going to go ahead and use Marcus's company. We're going to open up this, so we're going to use, I have a friend that does, they're using Marcus's company. It's based on value. So what I'm saying is that if you're new in the industry, there's going to be things that are going to come up that you're not going to be able to share your knowledge and provide more value if you're relying solely on the experience of another contractor. They might be just as new as you are. It's about value. I'm going to give you another example on how providing knowledge boosts your value and knowledge that you wouldn't be able to get unless you had some time in the industry. So we have this daycare, and I did a walkthrough in this daycare probably like 2 years ago was my initial walkthrough. And they were just like, hey, we're good with who we have right now. We were just looking for some numbers. Why don't you go ahead and check back in with us in 6 months? I go check in with them 6 months from the initial walkthrough, same thing. Check in with us 6 months. So I check in with them another 6 months. It's nothing out of the way. I'm just going to go check in, make sure they recognize my face, keep my name and my face fresh, right? So I go in, and it's the owner, it's his wife, it's the office manager, and they're just sitting around, and they see me coming, and hey, I remember you, yeah, we're having this problem with our cleaners. We know that they're mopping. And the reason why they know that they're mopping is because this company, like, they watch everything on camera. They watch everything. So, like, we see them mopping on camera, but we just can't figure out why is the floor so sticky. So I'm like, okay, can you guys show me? Right? I'm there. Can you guys show me? I said, but before you show me, I'm pretty sure I know why they're having these problems, right? And it's like, well, how do you know? I said, well, I've been doing this a little bit. I said, I'll tell you what. I'm going to write down on a piece of paper what I think that it is. I'm going to fold it up. And once they go through and do the whole process, if I'm right, I'm going to open it up, and then you can read it and tell me if I was right. So, okay. Now we're it's a playful thing now, right? So I write down what I think that it is. They play like 3 or 4 minutes before they actually start the mopping process. So they're in there, they're spraying, they're wiping stuff down, they're doing their whole thing. So now it's time for them to start actually making the mop water. So they're making up the mop water, and right away I see what the problem is, and I don't say anything, right? So I let them go through their mopping the way that they should be mopping. They finished, right? Said, okay. So now that they're done, like, okay, let's see what the problem is. I said, okay, I'm going to show you. But I said, the problem is that they're using way too much solution. And they roll back and they see them just pouring in all of this cleaning solution, right? And it's a waste of money for the cleaners, but they're just pouring so much in that it becomes sticky. There's so much buildup in it that it's sticky. And I gave them the piece of paper. They opened it up, looked at the video. Like, sure enough, they're pouring way too much. We go in the back. I was like, can you guys want to go in the back and like, let's see what the recommended amount for this bucket is. I already knew what it was. I said, see, it's way too much. This is why it's sticky. But don't worry, like that's an easy fix. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, well, that it's costing them a lot of money, but we'll thank you. We'll let them know. I said, but here's the thing though, you guys got an actual bigger problem than the mop bucket. And they're like, wow, what do you mean? What do you mean we have a bigger problem? I said, well, your place isn't any cleaner than it was before they started cleaning. It's like, wait, what do you mean? We saw them. They're like looking around, wiping off the wall art or whatever. And they're like, what do you mean? I said, okay, let's go back and look at the video. So they're looking at the video, and I'm like, listen, this product that they're using, they're spraying it on, and then they're just wiping it off. I said, that's not how that product is intended to be used. I said, that product, there's a dwell time that comes along with not only that product, but all products. And according to the CDC's Endless, you have to spray the product, let it sit, let it do its job, let the chemicals work. Otherwise, it's not doing anything. If the recommended time for this product says 3 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, that product needs to sit on that surface in order to do its job. I said, if you guys, and this is a daycare, I said, now, I'm just coming in. I pop in every couple of months to see how everything's going. I said, I don't know if what your staff call outs look like, how sick the kids are, or whatever. And I'm not making any insinuations. All I'm doing is making you aware that this product isn't being followed the way that it's supposed to be. And if that's the main thing that's being cleaned with, then your office really isn't as clean as you think. Now that I've told them this information, I've armed them with this information, they know because they can look on any bottle and under directions for use, it'll tell you what the dwell time is, or it'll just say recommended time, but what it's called really is called a dwell time. They can look at those things, they can look at the video, they know right away that this stuff isn't being done. So that's a bigger problem, right? But it's up to them now to figure out how it is that they want to go about it. 2 weeks after I did that last walkthrough where I told them about the dwell time and the floor, 2 weeks after that, we had keys and alarm codes, and my company was starting that business, and we still have it to this day. So I'm only saying all of that to say it is impossible for someone who's brand new, someone who's just starting this industry, to be able to step in and subcontract everything out, and then also compete with people who know more than you on a bigger level, right? It's almost impossible because the customer the prospect is relying on the cleaning company to know more about cleaning than they do, and that cleaning company is now relying more on a subcontractor to know more about cleaning than they do. And it may not necessarily, the things may not mix well. The subcontractor may know less about cleaning than the actual cleaning company do. So do I think that going ahead and starting your business and only using subcontractors without having any in the field experience is possible? Yes, it 100% is possible, but again, like I said, I don't recommend it. I would recommend that if you're going to go that route, for you to have at least 2-3 months get something under your belt, so that you have that you're armed with enough knowledge to be able to go ahead and after you make a good impression, or you're personable, or you build rapport with your customer, you're able to educate them and then demonstrate to them. And you follow that path, or you follow those steps, you follow that blueprint, and your business definitely will grow. But guys, that is it for today's video. Links to all consultations are down below. In the game of business, spectators are only going to watch, but hustlers will win. Guys, like I say, I'm always dropping jewels. Just make sure you're in position to pick them up. You do that by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Once again, my name is Marcus Crockett. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.